Hey, it's Brian with Team Aquascape. I am here in Oswego, Illinois. You can tell it's a little sunny, probably because I'm squinting. But we're starting a really cool project, something that's been in the works for probably about 8 months now. A pondless waterfall, but more than a pondless waterfall, it's a Veterans Memorial Park. With all kinds of great little walkways and pathways right next to the Fox River over here. It's a collaboration of all kinds of different people. We've got electric guys coming out, we have landscapers coming out, Twin Oaks landscaping companies coming out to do a bunch of stuff out here, all the plants, the hardscape, the pathways. We've got concrete guys that'll be showing up. We have gas guys, and the gas guys are gonna be here for a special reason, and that's to put in an eternal flame behind one of our waterfalls. I've never done that before, but I can't wait to pull it off. Let me show you the layout and then show you our progress so far. So this is the drawing that Twin Oaks has provided. Our water feature is going right here. The river is behind me in this area here. So you can see there's gonna be this really cool winding pathway, bridge over a dry stream bed, which we're responsible for, emptying into the Fox River. Pathway continues, curves up like this. Another bridge, dry stream bed on this side, but it'll be wet on this side. This whole space in here is all of our waterfall. So we've got a big waterfall coming down. There's another little bridge right here coming to a small little seating area by the big waterfalls. The waterfalls are facing towards the road out this way, and it's gonna be just incredible. I know it's hard to picture now, and like always, the customers take a big leap of faith because we say, hey, trust us, it'll look good when we're all done. And I know we're working with a solid team. Chris is already busting his butt. Getting in here, we got the aqua blocks laid out. First thing to do is dig that hole, get the aqua blocks down in there, start establishing our berm, and then we can start building our waterfalls. Now, our waterfalls, a lot different than what we normally do. Our waterfalls are going to be built out of an Eden stone. Stuff comes out of Wisconsin. The Eden stone is a limestone based stone, very chunky. And the reason we're doing it is because limestone's indigenous to Illinois. They want to kind of keep more of that natural look out here. It also allows, it becomes very safe for kids and the public to kind of move around. But this is that stone behind me. We've got some huge pieces. Now some of these pieces, like this one here, probably weighs close to 5,000, 6,000 pounds. It's a very dense limestone. So we're going to stack some of these guys up. It also works really well for stacking, but still has some neat character. Like I'm looking at this one over here, and you can't see it because of the shadows, but there's a neat little cantilevered ledge on it. This one's got some cool character on the front. So I'm already trying to assess which ones we'll use for waterfalls, which ones will be used for frame rocks. So we got these big guys over here, and there's still another semi-load and a half showing up, which will give us a total of about 50 some tons of stone. These pieces with these smooth cut off faces on them are all for the plaques. Plaques will be put on and the names put right up into these. This big giant piece here that all of our products on is one of the bridges. It'll actually be cut in half and used for a bridge. This is another bridge over here. Hey, Mr. Hansen.
What's up?
Looks like you're almost done. Eden limestone that's coming in. The smallest, thinnest pieces I have are around 6 to 8 inches thick. So we probably, just thinking ahead of time, the pieces that'll go in here, we want to compensate for the thickness of those. So maybe we actually go down about 10 inches, 10 inches than the top of the block, making sure we can get those big pieces to sit right on top. The water level in this area here will give us a much bigger waterfall coming down. We're looking for about a 5 foot, maybe even 6 foot high waterfall if we can pull it off. 6 feet!
What we've got going right now is basically just site cleanup. We just showed up about a half hour ago. We unloaded all of our product, which you can see sitting behind me there. Our equipment just got here. There's a bunch of grading and stuff that we're gonna try and do just to flatten off a couple of areas. You can also see we had our sand already dumped before we got here. So we are moving that from there over to this little staging area right there. That way we're not going back and forth across the street. It's a very busy road coming through here. Beautiful, beautiful pondless waterfall. You can see some of the stone is already here as well. well. We've got pieces there. That's some big chunky stuff. We're using all this Fond du Lac outcropping to make this happen. Again, super excited about the project. As Brian told you, we've got some very unique elements in here. You know, the outcropping look isn't something we normally do, which is actually what makes it really, really fun for us, because we're changing things up a little bit. So that, and obviously the reason we're doing this project. So stay tuned. There's gonna be some amazing stuff happening today.
Here in Oswego, Illinois. I decided to swing by Veterans Memorial Park on my way home. I heard they were pretty close to wrapping things up, and I would agree. Looking at this thing right now, and I love it. I think they did an amazing job. Phil from Twin Oaks Landscaping is kind of the mastermind behind the entire design out here. Brought us in to just kind of do the water feature, but I love the plant selection. The patio looks fantastic. Sound of the water, of course, looks amazing. The whole thing looks great, and I can't wait to show you guys. Here was the design. See their idea of the kind of the water feature, stream running down through here, bridge. Because pricing got a little over the top when we started getting all of this to turn into water, we basically decided to do this area and stop it just right in here. So let me show you what we came up with. For the most part, the waterfalls look a whole lot better than the drawing, and I think it's gonna be a pretty awesome park, especially because of who it's for. Now, let me show you what I saw when I pulled up. So grass, you can see they're trying to get everything watered before it gets too cold. Big old maple tree they brought in. Look at all the patio stuff. And then there's the feature off in the distance. What I love is the winding pathway. This is definitely my favorite part. So we'll kind of walk around here. Again, I think Twin Oaks did an amazing job with all the plants. Love the big Norways back there. They even got a giant Japanese white pine up here on this berm, which is kind of hard to see, but there it is. Really cool pine. But there's our water feature. And it just looks amazing. Now the whole purpose of this is to have this eternal flame, and so they wanted a flame back behind a waterfall. So the hardest part for us to do was set up these frame rocks. We notched in a big flat thin stone. The reason we went with such a thin stone is a clean, crisp, thin stone like that gives us a very thin sheet of water coming over it. And I wanted to keep that as transparent as I possibly could so you could see the flame back behind it. Now when I say they're almost finished, that's what I mean. We haven't quite finished the gas stuff here, but when they're ready, all we have to do is come up here. Here's our little key. We can turn this on, and then there's a burner right below that stone behind that big giant key there. They also decided to go with a pondless system, which is great because even now you can see most of the leaves are still up there, but look at all the leaves this thing has already accumulated down in here. So we got all this stuff, and so when they want to clean it, they can just come in here, pull this stuff off to the side, and that's it. A whole lot easier for a commercial type application than dealing with skimmer boxes and everything else. They got a big, looks like lilac tree in there. It's a monster lilac. I can only imagine the root ball in that. But again, the pathway just continues to go back and forth. A pretty simple dry stream bed, but definitely gives the illusion and keeps with the design of everything. These are gonna be awesome. These are all the memorial stones that they're gonna do. So they got one here, one there. How about this view? The Fox River. Just an awesome little park, and so great that the town of Oswego put this idea in motion. I know they've been thinking about it for a long time. And so whether you come in from the park this way off of the main bike path that kind of runs along the Fox River, or back up in there, it's going to be great. These are giant concrete footings for huge plaques that are going to go up. So this park, year after year, is going to get better and better over time. The nicest thing about landscape and water features is the one thing you can purchase that appreciates over time. There's not too many things you can buy that you can say actually do that, but a landscape and a water feature only look better and better year after year. So I can't wait to come back here, see that flame working, see these plaques up. This is a special area where they have all these engraved bricks that are gonna go in here. And then of course, once we get some benches and stuff out here, looking at this water feature, this is the icing on the cake. Hope you guys loved it. Definitely a different stone for us, but I think it turned out really good. My favorite part again is that winding pathway. I think the landscape is incredible, and the best part about the landscape is it's only gonna look better and better year after year. I look forward to actually bringing you guys out here maybe in a year, 2 years, and showing you how this thing has matured over time and how much better it looks for years to come. Hope you liked it. Comment, subscribe, like, I don't even know the order. Just do what you wanna do, and hope you guys enjoy what we do. Thanks, bye.